you knock 'em dead out there, honey. Oh, and if you run into Vanna White, you tell her your daddy thinks she's got the cutest little fanny on TV.
Today we look at a movie that's going to be a nightmare to get through YouTube copyright. My Boyfriend's Back from 1989. My Boyfriend's Back was a 1963 hit song by The Angels. But in this movie, it's by one-hit wonder, the Bouffants. We are introduced to a promoter who's putting together a nostalgia concert, and he wants the Bouffants to be the headliners. The members of the Bouffants are Vicky, who is currently a lounge singer at a bowling alley, Chris, who's a housewife whose husband is a baseball announcer, and Debbie, who's a high-powered executive.
And saw it through without exemption.
25th home run this year. San Diego is next with 22, and Atlanta is third with 21.
Dad, they're showing the booth right now.
Good morning. How was last night? Just when you thought there were no firsts left in the dating world? Have you ever had a man compliment you on your toe cleavage?
Wanting to do more with their lives and be a one-hit wonder, Vicky and Chris are immediately yeses. But Debbie, she's a no. Oh, and Vicky hates Debbie.
What about Deborah? You know where she is?
Probably sunning herself on some large rock. I think this is right about the time she usually sheds her skin.
Debbie does sign on. They appear on a talk show, and during costume fitting, we meet a hilarious woman.
My Boyfriend's Back. We were still singing The Wayward Wind and doing our big salute to Teresa Brewer. And of course, closing with Moments to Remember.
Surely you weren't told to do this.
No. I stayed up all night making mini dresses because there was nothing on TV. Of course, I was told to do this. I was told to create something that's evocative of the 60s. These are evocative of the 60s.
But there's one problem. Debbie can't sing anymore. Remember how she said she looks in the mirror and realizes she's aged? Well, her voice is aged too. A change is made and Vicky's gonna be the lead singer, which Debbie begrudgingly agrees to until Vicky gets a call from the promoter flirting with her.
Hello, Bouffant Suite. Why, Harry, I'm shocked. Is this an obscene phone call? And let me just add, it better be. Oh, good.
Chris accidentally rubs it in just a little bit.
Harry and Vicky, huh? Gee, I would have bet my last dollar he was after you.
He was probably swept away by her subtlety.
Can't you just let her have this?
Of course I can.
It turns out they were just fucking with her. It was the bowling alley guy calling Vicky, but Debbie doesn't know that and she leaves. This is all over. They go home.
This is a nightmare. She's either not home or not answering. Her secretary hasn't heard from her. And here is the most comprehensive list of unavailable 60s groups you could ever hope to see. In some cases, unavailable means dead.
Forget about it. I was just grasping at straws. The big guy wants the Bouffants. I said I had the Bouffants. What do I say now? Oops.
Vicky's pretty much given up and asked the bowling alley guy to give her a long-term contract. Chris is having very boring dinners with her parents.
All right. Will you look for our waiter, dear? Have I made an unusual request?
No, Dad.
You're a regular comedian, aren't you?
But there's one thing the fates conspiring to stop this didn't count on. There's nothing in a middle-aged woman's life that can't be solved with ice cream. So after a pint of Haagen-Dazs, we're back on.
I'd like to repeat what I said on the phone. I was wrong. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. You have my word. Chris?
My 5-year-old thinks I shouldn't play with you anymore because you made me cry.
God, Sandy Duncan's so good in this. Debbie takes some singing lessons. We get a montage. Now it's time for the big show. You know how Debbie was mad at Vicky because she stole the promoter, even though he really didn't? That's because when they were younger, she stole away a man from her, and that man shows up again to congratulate them on their show.
Well, it's me, you guys. Michael Page. Hi. Hi, I want you to meet my family. This is my wife, Barbara. This is Sean. This is Shannon. And this is my son, Jason. Kids, the Bouffants.
Get it? He's fat now, so they don't like him. Despite the fact they're both single, alone, and fucking sad. This was a whole nostalgia show, not just a reunion concert for the Bouffants. So that means whoever the extras were in this movie got to see Gary Lewis, Peggy March, the Penguins, Gary Puckett, and Mary Wells all perform their hit songs. Everybody has a happy ending, relationship-wise anyways. Chris gets her husband to agree to spend more time together, focus less on his job. Debbie, who does have a serious boyfriend despite pursuing the promoter, moves in with her boyfriend. Vicky ends up with the promoter. And the movie ends with Vicky letting Debbie sing lead. Overall, yeah, okay, there are some weird things in this movie. First of all, they based an entire movie after an actual song and an actual band, but then just changed the name of the group and the people in it so they can have actors actually play it. And of course, the Angels weren't actually a one-hit wonder, so that's a change. And then at the end, like, Debbie's character, she is after this promoter guy and after him. And how does the movie end? She gets an apartment with her boyfriend. So she's like, gives him a kiss on the cheek, like, you're gonna regret not going after me. He's like, I probably will. And then she buys an apartment with her boyfriend with the proceeds. It makes no sense. If you're somehow watching my videos and like 60s music, this is a movie for you. There's tons of it in there. We have tons of acts from the 60s, which makes it even weirder that they decided to replace the titular band with someone else. But whatever. Yeah, Judith Light is great in this. Whatever her fucking name is that plays Chris, I mentioned it earlier. Sandy Duncan is adorable. She's a voice actress now. She's still in occasional cartoons and stuff still. She's so good in this. She's so funny. If you want some nostalgia stuff with the songs and with the actors in this movie, because most of them haven't done anything on screen in quite some time, go ahead and watch it. Yeah, this one is actually a recommend. Thank you for watching, and as always, I shall try to do better next time. Here is a bonus clip from the movie where everybody just shits on Chris's mom. Poor mom.
Listen,
If Chris goes back to Hollywood, you should go with her. You could have your own TV show.
Oh, sounds good to me. What do you think, Bobby? Think I should pack it all up and move out to Hollywood?
I don't think there's a jury in the land that would blame you.